If you were here, you'll recall a V6 powered entry. The V6 powered entry, as well as V8 powered cars at the Speedway, are required to run at the same weight, when they go across the scales, whether it's V6, V8, inline 4, single cylinder, Briggs & Stratton, you name it. If they are they are required to run the same amount of weight depending on the compression ratio. Fallow's crew ran at a weight that was how do I put this? Ran at a low compression weight, and that was too low. The weight that they ran on their car was too low for the engine that they had in the car. It was a high compression V6 and should have run at least 2,950 pounds. Vallow's crew, so when John Vallow's engine was checked after the race, his qualifying time and feature wins were disallowed based on inconsistencies with the rule book. So that's why you see, if you look in the souvenir magazine tonight, you'll see that Bill Cantley was awarded the win of the first 30-lap feature last week. And the second 30-lap feature winner was Donnie Renner. Those guys both finished second in those two events. So again, the Burco trucking entry of John Vallow's was found to have too high of a compression ratio for the amount of weight that it was carrying, and therefore the fast qualifying his qualifying effort and feature wins were disallowed last Saturday night. All right, here we go with tonight's racing program here on Buckeye Power Sales. Deer Creek Auto and Truck Parts night at the races. Coming up later, again, the Winston Duke Oil 50th Anniversary 50-lapper for the late models. The Trophy Dash will line up a little bit like this. On the pole in car number 76, Buddy Townsend, alongside in car number 91. Car 91 is Sean Gray. The second row, car 25, Jimmy Kidd. And on the tail in car number 10. On the tail in car number 10, your fast qualifier tonight is Steve Scott. Your fastest four limited sportsman qualifiers. They'll go at it for 4 laps. Buddy Townsend and Sean Gray go at it for the top spot. Gray, the rookie driver in the sportsman division, has run the last couple years in street stocks, trying to make a name for himself in the sportsman class this season. Townsend fends him off through lap number 1, halfway down the backstretch on 2, and now Townsend takes control. But Jimmy Kidd, on the move in car 25, halfway. The cross flag, you saw him by starter Jim Paul. Cross flag signifying halfway through the event. 2 laps down, 2 to go. Now Kidd begins to make some ground on Townsend. They'll race off turn number 4, side by side. Townsend still fends off the former track champion. Kidd slips in for his first Trophy Dash, Buddy Townsend. Steve Scott comes home second. Third goes to Jimmy Kidd. And rounding out your field in the Fast 4 Trophy Dash for the Sportsman Division was Sean Gray. Of the field, whatever it was, split those in half and run 2, or probably in the street stock division tonight, 3 heat races. And these cars are fully inverted. In other words, the slower of the cars in each heat race starts on the pole, and the fastest car in each of these particular heat races starts on the tail. In the Sportsman Division, this is an 8-lap event, and these are the cars that have qualified the slowest within this division. Also, occasionally a driver will request the tail. They may be dissatisfied with the qualifying time that they established earlier, and they can request the tail. And we will check them during racing conditions and see if they are running just a little bit quicker than they had qualified and adjust their time accordingly. Because if they don't do that, and then if they end up going much faster than their qualifying time in racing conditions, that is called a breakout. And if we have one of those, I'll explain a little more about that a little bit later. But this, nonetheless, is quote-unquote the slow heat, if you will, or the first heat in the limited sportsman division. The slower of those cars qualifying in the sportsman class. On the pole in car 12, Tracy Brigner, alongside 64. That is Jim Newman. Bubby Scott starts inside row 2 in 7, alongside Jerry Irwin in 24. Then comes Roger Scott in 71. 30 is Bill Hundley, and 04 Jeff Loudermilk. Those guys apparently not happy, not satisfied with their qualifying times. So they'll start out back there and try to get some free laps. Brigner brings them up to speed. The green is out, but it doesn't stay out. A false start. A false start as the cars were not lined up. Coming off that fourth turn, the yellow is out. The driver for NASCAR Winston Racing Series action, and we're underway. The first heat race takes a green flag. Tracy Brigner pulls ahead. Jim Newman trying to keep up, as is Bubby Scott. Bubby Scott trying to squeeze inside of Tracy Brigner off the fourth turn. But Brigner was having none of it. He continues to lead the field down the backstretch. Running fourth, that's Roger Scott in 71. Fifth in 24, Jerry Irwin. The battle's at the front. Bubby Scott into the back of Tracy Brigner in turn number 2. Caution on the Speedway. Scott got into Brigner over there in turn 1 and continued, couldn't get loose from Brigner. Brigner, in essence, spun over there in turn number 2, no fault of his own, but they begin to pick up the pace once again. 2 laps down in this 8-lap event. Jim Newman captured his first career heat race win last week at the Speedway. He's looking for number 2. Bill Hundley and Jeff Loudermilk both are out for this event in the infield grass. Now Brigner tries to move around Roger Scott for the runner-up position. Halfway, 4 laps down, 4 remain. And Brigner now runs second. Scott again tries to squeak back down the backstretch. The battle for second, side by side. Roger Scott in 71, Tracy Brigner in 12. Jim Newman having it his way. Now Brigner clears himself of Roger Scott. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but he'll go to it right now, trying to track down your leader, Jim Newman. Racing action in the first limited sportsman heat race. The white flag, completing lap number 7, white flag for Jim Newman. The battle back there for third. Second, third, and fourth, a heated one. Brigner holds the spot. Now Scott and Brigner get together just a bit. Roger Scott takes over second. Your winner, Jim Newman. Second goes to Roger Scott. Third is Brigner, and fourth, Jerry Irwin. So that's your rundown from the first heat race in the limited sportsman division here on Deer Creek Auto and Truck Parts Night at the Races. Complete line of used auto and truck parts at Deer Creek Auto Parts, and of course Buckeye Power Sales. Also sponsoring this evening's racing action. Of the cars. Absent, of course, the fastest 4 cars. The faster of the qualifiers in the limited sportsman division lined up in inverted order with the fastest car on the tail. And they'll be going at it for 8 laps. We call it the limited sportsman's second heat race. 8 laps, 8 green flag racing laps. On the pole, in car 20, Mike Brown, alongside 23, John Matthews. The second row consists of 08, Randy Sword, and 86, Mike Holland. Bob Grubal starts inside of row 3 in car 5. In that row with him, car 2, Don Gregory Jr. And on the tail in 17, Dave Ritchie Jr. Ritchie, your 5th fast qualifier this evening. Matthews, Randy Sword, Mike Holland, Bob Grubal, Dave Ritchie, and Don Gregory Jr. Taking over from the get-go, car 20, Mike Brown, John Matthews. He wanted that inside groove in the worst way. Kind of turned left on Randy Sword down there. Takes over second. The battle is for third between Sword and Mike Holland. Sword sideways just a bit, as is Matthews off the second turn. Mike Holland up to challenge Matthews for the runner-up spot. Mike Brown will give him 10 car lengths down the backstretch. Ooh, now Sword sideways in 3 and 4. He recovers. Continues to lead. Halfway through this 8-lap event, Matthews maintains the second spot. Sword trying to close in. Now it's Grubal and Holland going at it for 4th position. Mike Brown currently 8th in the point standings. He has 1 heat race victory coming into tonight's program. Now the lead for the battle for the lead heats up. Matthews closed in. He slipped in turn 4. Randy Sword takes over. A half a lap to go. Sword will go after Mike Brown in turns 3 and 4. Brown appears to be slowing just a bit off the pace. It'll be close. And Mike Brown hangs on. Second to Randy Sword, third to Matthews, and Bob Grubal comes home 4th. Mike Brown, the 1981 and 83 Sportsman Track Champion here at the Speedway. He's the owner of this 1997 Pontiac Grand Prix. He lists such proud sponsors as Buckeye Auto Parts, Brown's Tree Service, Beach Performance, Dart Automotive, and Lancaster Auto Recycling. For the late model Trophy Dash, your fastest 4 qualifiers on the pole from London, Ohio, John Strobel, alongside your current point leader in car 92, third quick time, Donnie Renner, second row from Seville, Ohio, Tim Ice in that template Camaro, and his brother-in-law, Mike Ward, starts last, your fast qualifier, 4 laps. Strobel trying to hang on. Now inching ahead is Renner. Strobel back in turn 4. Ward sideways. Mike Ward sideways down there. He tries to regroup. Renner and Strobel still battling it out. Halfway this time. A 90 mile an hour battle of nerves. Now Renner takes over. Strobel again trying to sneak back inside. White flag for They traverse the backstretch. Tim Ice looks for a way around John Strobel. He'll look to the outside. Meantime, your winner is Donnie Renner. John Strobel comes home second. Third, Tim Ice. And in fourth, your fast qualifier this evening, Mike Ward. Let's hear it for all the late model competitors in the late model trophy dash. Dash win of 1996. Duke Oil feature. Here we go with the first late model heat race. Again, much like the limited sportsman division, these are the cars that have qualified the slowest qualifiers in the late model class. On the pole in car 90, his first appearance of 1996, the veteran Ron Freebus, the old Papa Joe's pilot, alongside in car number 4, Fred Reichert, Fast Fred in 4. Then in row 2, car 26, Bill Cantley, and 47, Larry Harris. 41 is Jason Stevens, and 84, Bob Hall. They'll go at it 10 laps. Reichert in that outside groove trying to make a move on Bill Cantley. He'll haul her in there besides Cantley. Reichert just a bit wormy off of the fourth turn. He slips to fourth position. Cantley goes to work on Freebus. Bill Cantley in one of those template-style entries, receiving that additional 2 inches of spoiler and 150-pound weight brake, looks to the inside of Ron Freebus, but can't make the match. These cars all racing on Hoosier Racing slicks, and they're going at it for the win in the first heat race. Larry Harris is third, Reichert now fourth. Again, Freebus with that diamond pattern. Down in turn 4, he enters low, slips up in the middle, and then shoots off the bottom. Freebus holds the lead. He'll complete lap number 6 this time, past start finish. Freebus, Cantley, Harris, and Reichert, your top 4 competitors. Cantley waits for Freebus to make a miscue. So far, none has been forthcoming. This veteran turned a lot of laps here on the 3rd mile. The white flag will be waved this time for your leader, Ron Freebus. All those cars very evenly matched. Cantley tucked right in underneath the back deck. Freebus off the pace, and Bill Cantley, your winner. Engine trouble for Ron Freebus as he comes off the last corner. You saw the flame shoot out of the exhaust pipes, and that is not a good sign. Freebus's first appearance here at the Speedway And it looks like there's a stream of oil leading up into the pit area as well. Freebus with that engine trouble on that car. Have an opportunity to win some great prizes. The Souvenir Magazine Lucky Number Giveaway at halftime. Is Kevin Miller. 81 out of Millersport. The driver is Don Wetnall. In 17 in this event, Jerry Jones. 77 is driven by Kenny Sward. And 27 out back, Greg Markham. 10 laps. Dean Fusco looking to the outside of Burgess White. Kevin Miller tucked in behind the 59 car. Battles Fusco down the backstretch. They'll complete lap number 2. Now Miller and Fusco get together. Caution on the Speedway. Kevin Miller and Dean Fusco trade some paint down there in the 4th turn. To keep you informed about the racing action here at the Speedway, Burgess White, Dean Fusco lead him to green. Jerry Jones, trouble getting that car up to speed. Burgess White, 3 car lengths, maybe. Fusco closes in again. Up to 3rd position is Don Wetnall in car 81. Wetnall now looks to the outside, or does he? Not yet, of Fusco. Now Wetnall begins to make his move. Fusco, he moves to the outside of the Lancaster, Ohio pilot. And Wetnall now with the advantage. He'll look to challenge Burgess White. We got a spin in turn 2. Jerry Jones brings out the caution. Here very soon we'll be calling off the names of those winners of the lawn care equipment from Buckeye Power Sales. Meantime, we got a heat race to run. Wetnall looks to the outside of Burgess White. Now this battle for 3rd heats up Kenny Swart and Dean Fusco. The Millersport, Ohio native, Don Wetnall, trying to make his presence known on the outside of Burgess White. Fusco, squirrely off turn 4. Dean Fusco loses about 3 spots. Meantime, the battle at the head heats up. Wetnall door to door now with Burgess White. The 2 wily veterans challenging each other down the backstretch. Speaking of veterans, here comes Kenny Swart in 77. White flag, 1 lap to go. Swart now tucked inside of Wetnall. Don will again make his challenge of Burgess White. But it's going to be Burgess White, your winner. Wetnall comes home second. Third goes to Kenny Swart. Fourth, Kevin Miller. And fifth, Jerry Jones. Again, your winner, Burgess White. Sponsors on that car, Cantley's Racing Parts, Sudbury 1 Hour Photo, Cornwell Tools, B.A. Miller Race Shop, and Chasin' Racing Photos. Again, this race fully inverted with the faster of the cars that have qualified for this event toward the tail of the event. Here we go, on the pole in car number 1, the driver who now ranks second in the points battle, Terry Humphrey. Flanking him in car 86, the birthday boy here this evening. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Car 86, Skip Thornton, the Teddy's Intimate Apparel entry. Row number 2 in car 6, his first appearance of 1996 at the 3rd mile, Jerry Mitchell. Outside of him, Gary Carter in number 2. Then on the tail, car 98, Donnie Zero Hill. And on the outside in the last row, car 94, Robbie Dean. 10 laps, your third and final late model heat event. Of course, this is an excellent opportunity for these drivers to dial their car in for that feature event. They might want to try to see if they can run in that outside groove or keep up with the next guy. And they utilize this race for just such a function. And running on the outside in fine fashion is Skip Thornton, trying to challenge for the lead for Terry Humphrey. The battle at the front, Terry Humphrey, Skip Thornton. Jerry Mitchell holds down the 3rd spot. Robbie Dean up from the tail, runs 4th. 4 laps complete this time. And Zero Hill loops it off turn number 2. Caution on the Speedway. In the record books, 6 remain in this, the final late model heat race. Robbie Dean, again, that car damaged last night, primarily cosmetic, but damaged last night at Killcare. They thrashed all day on that car 94. Got it back out here. And he's challenging for the runner-up spot. Terry Humphrey draws away. 3 or 4 car lengths now down the backstretch. 7 counters in the record books this time. Humphrey continues to pull away. Dean looks for a way around Skip Thornton. Now up to join the fray, Gary Carter in car number 2. The white flag will wave this time. Starter Jim Paul with the white flag. Humphrey with one previous heat victory in 1996. Looking to make it a pair And he does so. Your winner, Terry Humphrey. And finishing second, Skip Thornton. Third spot goes to Robbie Dean, and fourth, Gary Carter. Terry Humphrey with his second heat race victory of 1996. This car sponsored by Humphrey's Engine Services. How about a round of applause for the veteran, Terry Humphrey, former track champion here. Also sponsoring that car, Basil Oil Company, Skyline Graphics, Rocks Trailer Sales, Pepsi-Cola, M&R Collision Repair. Racing the lineup, Dave Dysinger, Jamie Hunt, Scott Stevens, and Bill Wellman. Again, that's Jamie Hunt in car 17 this evening. Dysinger in the street stock division, your leader. This, of course, this street stock trophy dash, the third division of racing action here at the Speedway. Stevens, Scott Stevens, that is, in car 26. Trying to hang on to that lead, held by Dysinger. Now, Jamie Hunt trying to make his move in car 17. Hunt damaged his car pretty bad here Thursday night in practice. White flag this time for Dave Dysinger. Now Stevens trying to make a race out of it. Also, here comes your fast qualifier, Bill Wellman. Your fourth and final lap. It will be close, but it'll be Dave Dysinger. Second goes to Bill Wellman. Coming home third, Scott Stevens. And rounding out the field, car 17, Jamie Hunt. So coming your way following this event, I believe there are 3 street stock heat races to complete the preliminary racing action here this evening. Put your hands together for Dave Dysinger in car 27. S&T Painting, a sponsor, along with Maggie and Savage, John's Auto Service, and All City Auto Wrecking. Just as in the other events, this the heat race that has as its competitors the slower of the qualifiers tonight in the street stock division. They'll line up thusly. Car 33 starting first is Lightning Leonard Jarvis. Flanking him in 0, that's Bob Miller. The second row, J.R. Groves. And alongside in car number 90, Mike Matthews. Jim New is next. He's in car 41. And outside the final row, car 70, Don Townsend Jr. Little driver change here tonight in the street stock division. Townsend qualifying car 70, and Heavy Hill took the qualifying run in car 77. As in with the sportsman division, these heat races in the street stock division run 8 laps. Lightning Leonard charges into the lead. Get it, Lightning charges? Never mind. Try this one on for size. Lightning Leonard bolts to the lead. Bob Miller in hot pursuit. Here comes Matthews, hauling her in on an outside groove in car number 90. Townsend up into Tooley's. that third groove in car 70. Car almost gets out from under him. Here comes Matthews again, challenging Bob Miller down the front stretch. The gaggle of cars storms down the back straightaway. Cross flags will signify halfway this time by. Well, anyway, it is halfway. Whoa, Matthews. Mike Matthews hangs on in 90. He falls to the back. Now Jim New putting the pressure on old Lightning Leonard. Oh, Leonard now. Bob Miller slips underneath Leonard. Leonard off the pace. He must have blown a pop-off valve or something. Trouble with a turbocharger on that car. Jim New leads the parade. Bob Miller, he's not very happy. He was right there in second. Jim New done went around him. White flag, 1 lap remains. Here comes Townsend. He's charging in car 70. Don Townsend Jr. Townsend and Miller will slug it at for second, but your winner will be Jim New. Bob Miller hangs on for the runner-up spot. Third goes to Townsend. Fourth is Matthews, and fifth, J.R. Groves. There's your winner in car 41. Jim New. Jim, his second heat race victory of 1996, and he'll carry the flag around. A happy camper is Jim New. You're home for all. Once of him in 99 is Joe DeGregory. Racing Russ Harper starts inside of row number 2. Alongside of him, gorgeous Gary Lamer. Then comes Clyde Trowbridge in 75, Mark Life in 97, 30, racing Rusty Mortimer, and 83, Bobby Stacy. Outback in 77 tonight, that's Don Heavy Hill. 8 laps. Straight stock heat race action number 2. Morgan feeling pretty darn good about that new baby girl. Leads the parade. Morgan trying to fend off Joe DeGregory. Up to third spot, Russ Harper. We are told, by the way, that driving the 77 is Don Townsend Jr., not Heavy Hill. We'll follow up that rumor and pass that information along. No doubt about who's driving 07. That's John Morgan. John Morgan has one previous heat race triumph this season. Joe DeGregory runs second. Now Clyde Trowbridge goes after Russ Harper. Hello. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Clyde Trowbridge spins And collecting him is Mark Life. Tough break for Mark Life. He's been involved two or three incidents in 1996 that were not of his own making. Simply accidents that occurred, spins that happened, and he had nowhere to go. The good news is both those drivers are You see the running order on the Winston scoreboard off of turn number 2. Second, Russ Harper third, fourth Mortimer, fifth is Lamer. 5 laps in the record books. Morgan is checking out in 07. Feeling pretty darn proud of himself. We got some wild action back there for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Hello, Don Townsend Jr. with a hello, how do you do to Rusty Mortimer off the second turn. Everybody comes out of it okay. And Dad leads the white flag lap. And your winner is second this season, John Morgan. Second goes to car 99, Joe DeGregory. I believe third was Rusty Mortimer. Fourth was Russ Harper. And 5th spot, Don Townsend Jr. If anybody ever deserved a standing ovation, it's a new dad. So everybody up on your feet, let's hear it for the proud papa, a brand new father of a baby girl, Taylor Morgan, yesterday afternoon. Your winner, John Morgan. Race toward the tail. The slower of the cars in this event start toward the front of the race. They'll line up thusly. Don Holland in car number 9 starts first. Don Holland alongside the guy with a permanent bad hair day, Bo Davis. Second row, 46, that's Carl Katz. And alongside in car 65, George Lindsay. The second row, 31, is Jim Hersey, and 22, Bubba Parsons. Then comes Mark Freybod in 29, alongside 52, Tom Bond, and on the tail, 47, Randy Tharp. 8 laps. The battle at the front, that's Don Holland with a slight advantage. Bo Davis on the outside. They'll come across the line to complete lap number 2 this time. Up to third spot, 46, Carl Katz. Katz and Davis trading a little paint for that during the battle for that second spot. Now Tom Bond squeezes inside of Jim Hersey. they go at it for fourth. Carl Katz clear of Bo Davis, or is he? It's still Don Holland out front. Holland winless here at the Speedway in 1996. 6 laps are down this time. Tom Bond, the man on the move. He started back in 8th spot. Now he's trying to overhaul your leader. A white flag this time. Here comes Bond. Holland on the inside, Bond on the outside. It will be close. Here, winner. The scoreboard has it. Tom Bond. Make that, I'm sorry, Don Holland. Hello, Don Holland. Second to Tom Bond by about 6 inches. Third was Bo Davis, Randy Tharp fourth, and in 5th spot, Bubba Parsons. That'll do it. His first heat race victory of 1996, Don Holland.
This man out here sitting on this bike right now. Have you ever seen this before at Columbus Motor Speedway, have you? Well, he is a wild and crazy guy, and he's going to do a little wheelie demonstration starting right now. Fire it up, crew. Pay attention. Let's tune in. Well, we'll see. You got to give it a little choke.
From Tampa, Florida, TV and movie stuntman extraordinaire Todd Seeley. Todd holds world records for the longest ramp-to-ramp motorcycle jump, 240 feet. If you can picture just about twice the distance that you see out here these ramps set at, Seeley jumped a motorcycle about twice that distance, 240 feet. He also holds the ramp-to-ramp ATV jump world record. These are actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. He also has TV and movie credits. The TV series Second Noah. He's done some stunt work on Second Noah, as well as a motion picture to be released soon, Too Much, with Melanie Griffith, and a soon-to-be-released TV series, Barefoot in Paradise. He's done stunt work on that as well. We're going to see a wheelie demonstration like you've never seen right now. One wheel down the front stretch. He'll go down there and turn around and come back the other way. This takes an amazing amount of skill, balance, and determination. He's still got that on one wheel. He actually has a gyro on the front wheel that helps him turn that bike when he tips at the handlebars one way or the other. He turns whichever direction he wants that bike to go. Other credits for this motorcycle and stuntman wizard. Oh, that thing's on fire. Other credits, New York Taxi Driver. He's done Superforce, the TV series, done stunt work on All My Children, also stunt work on Ace Ventura, the movie Sequest, done stunt and work on all of these TV shows and movies. All right, we're just about ready. He'll be taking that bike up onto the ramp to survey the distance. He's done it many a time, and this is a ritual done every time. It's kind of like putting your right sock on first. He might be able to hear you. Let's hear it. This is probably the trickiest part of the program, or one of the tricky parts, backing that motorcycle down. Five years ago, when this young man called me, he introduced himself on the telephone and talked about jumping a motorcycle ramp to ramp, and I was pretty much said, yeah. And he went on to tell me that he then would jump a quad runner, 400-pound quad runner, ATV 4-runner, over the same distance. That's when I began to pay attention. A little bit nervous the beginning of the week because that was mud down there. Here he comes. Everybody on your feet. Let's hear it. Todd Seeley. He slams on a brake, trying to get it. Whoa. Almost didn't get it whoa. Let's hear it. Todd Seeley, your world record holder.
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Can this man jump a bike, or can he jump a bike? Problem, or you handled it okay?
Well, I'll tell you, it brought the front end in the air a little bit. I can definitely notice the headwind. It's working against me tonight. But I'll tell you what, we got the fans a little fired up here. I can just about hear them through my helmet. How many would like to see me try that one more time?
What do you think, folks? Here we go. We're going to try the bike jump one more time. Let's go.
Let's go. One more time. One more time. Here he comes again, Todd Seeley. He makes it look easy. Barely gets her woe down. So we haven't seen yet this is a jet quad runner.
Hey, you think he could jump on this thing or not, folks? Nah, I don't think so.
A Fairchild J-44 jet engine off of a military missile. 1,500 pounds of thrust. One of only two jet four-wheelers in existence. Begins to rev it up. He's got a rocket between his legs. Of thrust on this Fairchild J-44 jet engine. This is powered only by thrust. I think he's going to pull it up here and stop it and do a little demonstration. Fire and smoke. How about it? Let's hear it, Todd Seeley. So much for the mosquitoes.
Rig going here?
Well, I'll tell you, it's really new this year. We had a lot last year just perfecting it, but we're just getting it dialed in now. It's a pretty powerful machine, but I'll tell you, we're going to see if we can get them fired up. I got a treat for them here tonight. How many would like to see me jump this stock-powered four-wheeler over these ramps tonight?
Something no man in the world does except Todd Seeley, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to give it a whirl.
Here he goes. Todd Seeley. Yay! Barely get that thing stopped. Let's hear it. Todd Seeley. With your lineup for the 30-lap feature event in the limited sportsman division. Starting first in car 23, that is John Matthews. Outside in 08, Randy Ford. The second row, 86, driven by Mike Holland. In car number 5, Bob Grubal. In row 3, car 2, that is Don Gregory Jr. And alongside, in car 17, Dave Ritchie. The third row, car 76, Buddy Townsend, and 91, Sean Gray. Then comes 25, Jimmy Kidd, and 10, Steve Scott. Number 20 is Mike Brown, and number 7, Bubby Scott. Jim Newman drives car 64, and number 12, Tracy Brigner. 06, Jeff Loudermilk. 24, Jerry Irwin. And finally, 71, Roger Scott. I want to give a special call to sponsor on Dave Ritchie's car, Pinkle Carpentry. Out here tonight, so welcome them out to the races. Proud sponsor again on Dave Ritchie's car, number 17. Pinkle, 30 laps to go. John Matthews, Randy Ford make up the front row. We're ready to do battle on Buckeye Power Sales. Deer Creek Auto Parts, tonight at the races. John Matthews giving Randy Ford all it's worth. Sportsman track champion takes over. Next in line is Bob Grubal. Grubal to the outside of Matthews in turn number 4. For the runner-up spot. spot, Jimmy Kidd. 7 circuits are down. You see starter Jim Paul bunching them up with his hands. Group B drawers Jordan, our assistant flag, the white flag signifying 1 lap before we get started, restarted, and we're ready to go. Buddy Townsend and Dave Ritchie swapping a little paint off that 4th turn. Everybody comes out of it. Okay, now Jimmy Kidd slowing. The hood is ajar on Jimmy Kidd start 25. Caution on the Speedway. Apparently the hood is disheveled on that last contact down there. So I believe he is on the lead lap. That's correct. 91 Sean Gray did not lose the lap in the pits. Randy Sword brings it back up to full speed. Still John Matthews in the runner-up spot. Mike Holland 3rd, but now he'll have to deal with Don Gregory Jr. Gregory using that high groove. Matthews now tries to fend off your group point leader Gregory. Steve Scott up to 4th position. Townsend is 5th. Mike Brown 6th. Your leader down the front track. Randy Ford paused to take a breather while outside is John Gregg. Now he's in the open. Gregory trying to do something with your leader. Mike Holland and Steve Scott now. Battle for second. Holland holds on at this point. The white flag this time. Gregory is right there. Your lead duo. Steve Scott tries to slip inside of Mike Holland down the front stretch. And your winner, here he comes. Randy Ford. Gregory is second. The battle for third. Off turn 4. It'll be close. Steve Scott finishes third. A great race. And Randy Ford walks away with the win. The first victory of 1996 for Randy Ford. I'll have a top 10 rundown in short order. Mike Person, go ahead.
Now we're going to get a word from our winner, Randy Ford.
I just like to thank my whole crew for working on this car all week and getting it all ready for me. It's been pretty consistent, just not real fast, but it's coming along pretty good. We're having not too bad of a season here. I'd like to dedicate this race to my dad. He deserves this one.
Well, you did a good job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So an emotional moment for Randy Ford. Here at the Speedway. Kenny Ford. Ford in 77. Wouldn't that be something? If the Ford brothers could take both bills, both ends of this program. Ford starts first alongside N94. Robbie Dean, the Big Bird. The second row in car number 98. It's Donnie Zero Hill. And alongside in car number 1, Terry Humphrey. Row number 3 is comprised of car 86, the birthday boy tonight, Skip Thornton. And alongside in car 6, that is Jerry Mitchell. Number 2 is next. That is Gary Carter in the team car to the spare car rather for Donnie Renner. Car 2, driven by Gary Carter. Alongside in 45 from London, Ohio, John Strobel. The next row, that will be the 5th row, car 92, Donnie Renner. And alongside 60, car number 60, Tim Ice. Up next in car 61, that's Mike Ward, your fast qualifier this evening. In 27, Greg Markham. Then comes 17, car number 17, driven by Jerry Jones. 81 is Don Wetnoff. 29, driven by Kevin Miller. And 33, Dean Fusco. Car number 59 is Burgess White. 47, Larry Harris. 26 is Bill Cantley. 4 is Fred Reichert. 44, Jason Stevens. 58, Ken White. 84, Bob Hall. And on the tail, 13, that is Bob Cumbo. this series, the 50th anniversary series. 5 50-lap feature events, all paying $1,500 to win. At the end of the season, actually at the end of this 5-race series, sprinkled throughout the season, is a $5,000 point fund hosted by Winston and Duke Oil. The Buckeye Power Sales pace truck off the track. We're ready to go. Kenny Ford and Robbie Dean lead them around. The Big Bird with that Ford-powered entry goes at it with Ford also in a Ford. Zero Hill in fourth. Very good. Mitchell in car 6 looks real strong. Mitchell to the outside of Humphrey. Bob Campbell. Kenny Ford leads Robbie Dean, Terry Humphrey, Jerry Mitchell, and Zero Hill to the green. 3 laps are down. The birthday boy, round 6. Donnie Ritter is 7th. Dean looks to the end, but he can't make the pass. Two Fords in the front of the pack. Plug it out. Dean continues to nip at the left rear quarter panel of the 4th car. So far, Ford holding on. Caution, Jason Stevens. Everybody gets slowed down. Jason Stevens in car 44 spins in the 4th turn. Still Ford leads the parade. 7 laps are down. Terry Humphrey in 3rd. Tough break for Mitchell. That car running very strong at the beginning of the race. Gets together, so to speak, with Fred Reichert. Over at turn number 2. Terry Humphrey runs second, third at Zero Hill. the 50th anniversary Duke Oil point standings entering this race this evening. Donnie Renner is second. So your two combatants in that point series run first and third.
We'll be talking to Donnie as soon as he gets out of the race car.
We'll go down to our, there he is, Donnie Renner.
Here's your winner, Donnie Renner. Good job, Donnie. I'm sure you have some fans and people you'd like to thank.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the guys down here in the pits, we've been working our butts off all night on this car. We've been chasing the chassis on this for about 3 weeks now, and we found a bad shock on the right front here earlier tonight, and I want to have a special thanks for David Carter down there in the pits. This just puts, I love it.
How hard was it getting around Robbie Dean?
I'll tell you, Robbie's real tough. He's got a big Coronet motor in that car, and he looked like he had a little bit of a shove tonight. And I think we just handled it just a little bit better than him.
Well, congratulations, Donnie. Let's give Lonnie a big round of applause.
Let's hear it one more time for Donnie Renner. Here on Deer Creek Auto Parts, Buckeye Power Sales night at the races. Starting first in car 51, the driver is Lonnie Spires alongside in 70. Jr. starts outside of row 1 in 70. 07, the new Papa, John Morgan, starts third in 07. And alongside of him, rambunctious Russ Harper in 10. Gorgeous Gary Lamer in 34 starts inside of the next row. And rapid Rusty Mortimer outside of row 3 in car 30. The next driver, car 83, Bobby Stacy, and dangerous Don Holland in car number 9. Bo Davis in 18 and Carl Katz make up the next row. Then comes George Lindsay in 65, 31 Jim Hersey, Bubba Parsons pilots 22, and Mark Fraybot in 29. Car 52 is driven by Tom Bond, 47 Randy Tharp. Dave Dysinger is in 27. By the way, Dysinger will not apparently go after the Jack Maxton bonus. The Jack Maxton bonus if he would start last. But he will not go after that. He starts, looks to be about 17th spot, 18th spot. Next up in car 17, that's Jamie Hunt. 26 is Scott Stevens. 0 is Bob Miller. 41, Jim New. 99 is Joe DeGregory. Car number 2 is J.R. Groves. And car number 90 is driven by Mike Matthews. "25 laps for the street stock. The Buckeye Power Sales pace truck leads the field around. A white flag will be flapping at them this time by. Lonnie Spires, Don Townsend Jr., John Morgan, Russ Harper, Gary Lamer, Rusty Mortimer, Bobby Stacy, Don Holland, Bo Davis, Carl Katz, George Lindsay, Jim Hersey, Bubba Parsons, Mark Fraybot, just to name a few. That's Lonnie Spires jumping out to that early margin. Don Townsend Jr. in possession of second spot. Third is John Morgan. Two laps down. Slow on the track is from Harper in car 10. He pulls into the infield. Harper is out. Your leader is Lonnie Spires. Spires checking out in 51. Still Townsend in 70, a second, 07 John Morgan. And we got a collision on the backstretch. Red flag, Bill Wellman. That car upside down. Also looks like Jamie Hunt over there in 17. Rusty Mortimer in 30. We see Spires checking out in 51. Still Townsend in 70, a second, 07 John Morgan. And we got a collision on the backstretch. Red flag, Bill Wellman. That car upside down. Spires checking out in 51. Still Townsend in 70, a second, 07 John Morgan. And we got a collision on the backstretch. Red flag, Bill Wellman. Car. Stevens entered the event in 4th in the point standings. Lonnie Spires looking for his first career feature victory. Spires out front, Townsend second, Morgan third, Lamer is fifth, Bobby Stacy, or make that Lamer fourth rather. The man on the move is Dysinger in 27. Dysinger up to 6th spot. Right on Spires' back bumper. Tom Bond is off the track on the backstretch. Dysinger up another spot. He runs 5th in car 27. Dysinger started 17th. He's up to 5th, challenging for 4th. A lap car of J.R. Groves ahead for Lonnie Spires. This time. It's still Spires, Townsend, Morgan. Look at Dysinger, he's up to 4th. Lamer is 5th, Bubba Parsons 6th. Dysinger squirts underneath John Morgan. They squeeze between Morgan and the lap car, and David runs 3rd now. Car number 2, J.R. Groves, off the track on the backstretch. He's out. 10 laps remain. Dysinger squeezes inside of Townsend in turns 1 and 2. Townsend fends him off, and meantime, hello, oh, and we got Joe DeGregory. Joe DeGregory in car 99. Spins on the front stretch. He collects Jim Hersey. 22, Bubba Parsons. 83, Bobby Stacy. 41, Jim New. Bo Davison, 18. 9, Don Holland. And 90, Mike Matthews. 14 counters to go. And Bobby Stacy out in car 83. Dysinger continues to charge, looking for the outside groove. Goes to work on Don Townsend Jr. Dysinger on the move in 27. Laps to go this time. Lonnie Spires, your leader. Alongside of Townsend. Dysinger into the runner-up spot. He'll try to track down Lonnie Spires in the scant few laps remaining. Dave Dysinger closing on your leader. The white flag this time for Lonnie Spires. Dysinger. He's right up on Spires' back bumper as they traverse the backstretch. With his first career feature win, Lonnie Spires. In second spot, Dave Dysinger. Third was Don Townsend Jr. Unofficially, fourth, John Morgan. So a great evening of racing. Todd Seeley with his incredible stunt show. Randy Sward dedicating the victory to his deceased father. Donnie Renner continues to lead the late model parade with a feature win, his second win this season, and a first career win for Lonnie Spires in car 51. They go down to this professional report. Let's hear it, your winner, Lonnie Spires, his first career win here at Columbus Motor Speedway.
What do you think?
Oh, hard race. A lot of guys in hard race against there. I can't thank the guys that sponsor me, enough. The people who helped me in my pit crew, Denver Wise, Jack Mangus, his family for all the help, and just anyone else that helped me with the car. I really appreciate it.
Is this your first win?
Yes, it is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.